Hey, everybody. Thank you again for joining Synoria's Best Kept Secret. Today I have with me author, VP, um, divorce advocate, and counselor, Miss Cherice Carter. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much
Good,
for joining me. I'm happy to have you.
good. I'm glad to be here.
Yes. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am many people, right?
Okay.
So I am a VP at one of the largest leading global trust companies in the world.
Okay.
I am a certified divorce coach. I'm a life coach. I'm an author and a serial entrepreneur.
Woo! List. Check. How do you balance it all?
I just make time for what I need to make time for.
Mm.
So I work my 9 to 5, and then once I'm done with that for the day, I focus on my businesses. So my very first business is called She Thinks, and from that I started Coaching the Masses Inc. And now I have another venture. It's called Pouring Through Pages with Cherice, where it's a marketplace for it's a marketplace for readers to find authors they can relate to, and
Okay.
authors can advertise their books so they can reach out to readers who would understand their stories, understand their being of why they're writing. So I like to connect these people together, and also book clubs also can be registered on the website because as you know, book clubs, they love to find wonderful books
Right.
so they can enjoy it with each other and then have conversations about it. And so I'm really passionate about this because as I started my author journey,
Mhm.
I was trying to figure out ways to promote my book, and I found it was really hard. So
Mm.
there were a lot of places to market my book.
Okay.
And so I wanted to create something, especially for um, African Americans, right? I really wanted to have something for us so we can go to and just really market our talent on the
Yeah.
website.
Okay. Well, what are some books that we might be able to find or something that you feel like is relatable?
Well, we do have my book, Love Notes. Oh, it's Love Notes is on there.
Okay.
I have another young lady. Her name is Christian Kingdom.
Okay.
They haven't uploaded their book yet, but I'm waiting for them to do so. And then I have another young lady, Denise Cousins. She's uploaded her ebook on there, and she is a spiritual counselor. So her book is basically really helping others find their spirituality within God. And so her ebook will be uploaded on there soon. So right now I just have two authors on the website, and I really want to get more authors involved on the website. You can upload your book along with your picture for free. Now I do have membership packages as well.
Also, it's
And
a subscription based type format.
yes, it's a subscription type website. Yes,
Okay.
and right now, if you sign up, because we're having a lunch party June 17th,
Oh, that's right around the corner, June
that's right around the
17th.
corner,
Okay.
we are offering a discount off of some of the packages. So we have a 6 month package. You could get 30% off using the discount code books for you, BOOKS, the number four, the letter U.
Okay.
And you get 50% off if you sign up for the annual membership.
Okay.
And
And
so
what's the website that we would go to in order to sign up for everything?
the website is www.pouringthroughpageswithcherice.com.
Pouring
And
through pages. Oh, I love
yeah,
that name.
yeah.
Wow. Well, let's back up just a bit because you mentioned your book, Love Notes. Kind of elaborate on that for us a bit. I mean, how would this be relatable? Is this, just sharing different little notes to your significant other? Like, what does that mean? Love Notes.
So well, actually, God gave me the vision to write this book.
Okay.
From everything from the chapters in the book to how the book cover should be created.
Hmm.
So Love Notes is actually it's a compilation of affirmations, essays, inspirational notes, poems, and quotes that was created to inspire healing. So I have 7 chapters in the book. I have a chapter on spirituality. I have a chapter on motivation, a chapter on relationships, a chapter on love, a chapter on grief, excuse me, and a chapter on illness.
So it sounds like you're covering all the bases.
I do. And
Okay.
so this book can really help you throughout all the challenges that you may face because as you know, we go through a lot, right? And sometimes we have health challenges, sometimes we deal with grief, sometimes we deal with relationship issues that is both platonic and relationship. And sometimes we just really want to know how we can get closer to God. And so I created this book to really touch on everything. And
Okay.
so each chapter begins with a summary and a prayer. And I did that because I wanted people to really be in sync with what I was talking about. And so they can really connect with it.
Uh-huh.
And I've gotten great feedback from it.
Well, it sounds lovely. I mean, the fact that it's titled Love Quotes and then you're covering all these different bases, I think that is wonderful. It sounds healing in itself. Like the fact that you're able to share just different parts, whether it's spiritually, emotionally, relationship,
Mhm.
like that is a lot to cover. And what inspired you to, take this direction?
God. Because he had been pressing me to write for several years.
Okay.
And so what I would do, I would wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning and I would roll over and he would give me things to write about. And I
Yeah.
would put everything that he gave me in my phone. And so when it came time for me to produce the book, I had over 100 entries in my book
Already, just off the
already.
sleepless nights.
Yes. So once I was ready to hit go on my computer, let me type all of this in, compile it together. Because what I did was he gave me the chapters for the book, right?
Mm,
And so everything that I put in my phone went into one of those chapters. And so it was easy for me to really bring this book together.
okay.
But I think I kind of put it on a back burner for a while because of fear.
Mm,
Um, Fear of sharing my writings with other people,
mhm.
fear of just really putting myself out there. But once I did, everyone was just really taken aback about it, and they just was really really excited. So I'm just really excited that the book really came to be what it is today.
Mhm.
And everyone is excited about the book. And I don't know if you have time. I just want to read something
Yes, go
really quick.
ahead, share it.
Okay. So I read this and it was just put on my glasses. I wrote this for my ancestors because I believe it's because of them and God that I'm where I am today.
Right, okay.
And so I wrote this and everyone loved it. So I
Okay.
want to share it with you,
Yes,
okay?
of course, go ahead.
So it says, to my ancestors, stolen from their land, gathered and shackled like cattle, and placed on a boat to sail to sea to reach shores your eyes never seen. Your journey to America was not your vision. Living in captivity did not stop your path. The strength you showed during that time was passed down to your future. Love lived inside you throughout your trials and tribulations, despite the brutality meant to break your spirit. You saw hope when there was despair, joy when there was misery, calmness when there was fear. Your courage soared during unbearable tests of iniquities, injustice and denial, your heritage and culture. The intolerable suffering you endured that was not in vain. Your legacy is a testament to God's promise. I thank God for your perseverance. You passed down your lessons. My grandparents, uncles, and aunts shared with me. I am grateful for every conversation eloquently drafted by you. From your mouth to your children's ears, these conversations were undoubtedly continued through the years. You visualize freedom for future generations. Your dedication and drive taught your lineage dreams can become reality. I attest your vision has come true. Your lineage is filled with doctors, lawyers, politicians, business owners, religious clergy, presidents, and vice presidents of companies, and authors who are game changers. We owe you for the paths you walked and illuminated to give us a place in this world that was not kind to you. Your tenacity shaped each of our desires to walk in our purpose. Therefore, every word I write, every idea I have, and every business venture I enter directly results from your resilience and grace. I am indebted to you forever. Thank you for my life. Sincerely, your dream carrier and curse breaker, Cherice.
Oh, amen. Yes, ma'am. Yes to the dream. I know that's right. Destiny fulfilled. I
So
love that.
yeah, I read that at my book release party, and everyone they loved it. Um, some people were crying because they can relate to it,
Right.
and I just really think, especially now, is the time for us to really hit the ground running and build our businesses, take hold of what we need to do financially, and really be responsible for our next generation to kind of train
Mm.
them up and teach them.
Like you said,
And
kind of
so,
pay it forward, like how our ancestors had to do for us. They did it in
exactly,
blood, sweat, and tears. And now
exactly.
we can do it through education and through motivation. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I just believe that we are a beautiful, beautiful race
Right.
that have endured so much,
So much. Yes.
and we have to be aware of what our power is and know that our power is here. Is here. And if we don't use it, it will go to waste.
Right. Yes, that's true. If you don't use it, you will lose it. That is correct. Yes.
And so building brands, building businesses, being an entrepreneur, and it's okay to work for, because everyone isn't meant to be an entrepreneur, right?
Right. Right.
And it's okay, but be the best at whatever it is you are doing. And so that's why I take pride in the things that I've accomplished. I take pride in helping others.
Right.
I love coaching. I love coaching people through their storms. And now I have an opportunity to help authors like myself really put themselves out there and promote their books, because writing can be um, it could be therapeutic for
Right.
the writer. Reading something someone has written that you can relate to can be therapeutic, and so I just really want to get that out there. And on the website, I do also blog about writing, and what if you hit a place where you have no, you don't have anything to writer's block. So I write about those things. I write about how you could connect with agents and get yourself out there. So I really want people who are authors to get on the website and promote their books. And I want readers to connect with them too.
I love that whole concept of you connecting, the authors and the readers and bringing everything together because, like you said, it sounds like based on the literature that you're allowing or selecting, that it is something that resonates with a lot of people, whether it's building and creating legacy or wealth or health, spirituality, mental
Yes.
awareness, all of those good things. So I really applaud you on that. That's really a big effort. Now,
Yes.
you said that you kind of coach authors as well. So I don't know if you're able to share with us a little bit about, I guess, what that process would consist of.
Because a lot of people have come to me and asked me, because a lot of people want to write books, and
Right.
so they, well, what do you do first? And I just tell them, hey, first start with an idea.
Okay.
What do you want to write about? A lot of times, the best books are written from your heart,
Right.
written from experiences, right?
Hmm.
And so I will be holding uh, webinars
Okay.
where I will have other authors come on to talk about their experience, to talk about their books. So that will be coming shortly. Um, and I do want to also hold webinars where authors can talk to editors and proofreaders. So that's something that I'm working on.
So is that
But
also going to be through that particular site?
yes,
Oh, okay. So kind of like adding to it. I understand that. Yes,
yes.
I love
Because
that.
right now we're in phase one of the website, and I really want to. I said by the end of July, I want to have 100 authors registered on the website.
Yeah,
That's my goal.
that's major. That's a big thing. Yes. And that's a good number, 100 authors. And then I could just imagine, the traction that that will bring, especially with the variety of authors and what they have to offer.
Mm-hmm. And I think that the website is going to be helpful for authors as well.
Right.
Because I'm planning on doing a lot of things with the website. I'm planning on really helping these authors hit the ground running. And I myself, I have several more books in me.
Okay.
And so as I'm helping myself, I want to help others
Of
really
course. You have to pull others
get their
along.
experience.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, speaking about coaching, you not only help or coach authors, you're also a divorce coach. So how did you get into that? What made you get into that realm?
So I have been divorced almost 20 years.
Oh wow.
So I wanted to help others who were having the same experience that I was.
Okay.
Because let me tell you, when I was going through my divorce, the first thing I went to was Barnes and Noble,
Okay.
looking for a book that can tell me about divorce. I found nothing.
Gotcha.
And so I want to be a sponge for people. I want them to help me get through this, Cherice. I'm having problems with my ex-husband, or I'm having problems with my ex-wife. What should I do? And my ex-husband and I, we were not always on the best of terms.
Okay.
And things started to turn around when our son, he was graduating from, I want to say, high school.
Okay. So you
And
guys
things,
kind of divorced when he was younger.
right. So when we divorced, my daughter was 5 and my son was 3.
Oh wow. So that's
Today,
long. Yes.
yes, today they are 23 and 22.
Okay.
And they recently graduated from college too. My son graduated from Penn State May 9th, and my daughter graduated from UIC May 11th. No, I'm sorry, May 10th.
Okay.
So they
Congratulations to them both as well as you.
thank you. So I really want to help people get over the hurdle because I've been there. I've been a single mother. I've been the sole provider. I've been the one, taking care of the family. At one time, I was having panic attacks when it came to me paying my rent, paying bills, because I went from my parents' home directly to living with my boyfriend, then husband. And so I never lived on my own. So having that experience was really painful because I didn't know what to do, how to do. I didn't pay any bills. And so I was learning to pay bills while I'm trying to raise 2 small children.
Oh yeah.
So it was an awakening for me. And I know a lot of people, a lot of women, they go through that because a lot of times men, they pay all the bills. Women contribute, but the men go in and pay the bills, right?
Mhm.
And so I just really want to be a source for those women. I also coach men because I know that they go through a lot. And sometimes, I'm sorry, not sometimes, most times they are left because we always focus on the women. We never think about the men, how they're feeling. Um, they struggle financially because they have to pay child support. So I talk to my male clients about creating a path where they can have several streams of income
Mhm. Okay.
because they need to survive too.
Right. And I'm sure it helps to have a feminine perspective on things because, like you said, you've been there, you've done that. So not only
Yes.
can you help them through, but you can help them to understand the female side or the feminine side of things.
And I do, and because a lot of times, um, like I said, men are left in the cold.
Right.
Everyone is always, oh, what about the mother? What about the kids? And you know why we do this? Because men are held up to be strong,
Right.
and they don't cry and they can take anything. Well, that's a lie.
Right.
They
We're
cry
human
too.
as well. Yes. Uh-huh.
They hurt too.
Yeah.
And so when they get in a situation where they are taking care of two households, they're
Right.
taking care of their kids, and then they have to take care of themselves. And in the midst of that, they're they still need to live their life too. So they're trying to date, they're trying to do all these things. And so I just really want to help men through that,
Right.
because I know what it's like, you know. And so we often take men for granted, and we shouldn't
Mm.
when it comes to divorce. And so I want to be their advocate to
Right.
help them through, because think about it. If the mother and the father are always fighting, what do the kids see?
Right.
How do the kids feel? And so, even in my situation, I had to think about that. I don't want my kids to see me suffering. I don't want my kids to see their dad suffering. So, we need to do something about this.
Right. And you still have to come together and come to a common ground
On the
for
ground.
kids. Right. Yes, I understand.
Absolutely. And
Yes.
some people, they don't think about that. They're all about themselves. It's pride,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
And so I help people through that,
Right.
because I was there. I've been there. And so, just from my experience, I coach people through it, because once you get through it, you can do it.
Exactly. Well, I think that's commendable as well that you do see, the other side, the male side of things, and you try to make sure you bridge that gap in between the two. So, do you ever, I guess, counsel divorced couples together, or is it like, always separate, the male, the female? Have you done sessions of that sort?
I have not coached couples together,
Okay.
divorced couples together, because that will pose a problem.
Okay, gotcha.
Because I want each individual to come and be open and freely talk.
Feel
Because if I have both of them together, they won't be that free, right? They won't be open. And then I don't want to be in a situation where both of the couples are fighting.
right.
So no, I don't do group sessions for divorce couples. No.
Gotcha. Okay. Just curious. I was just trying to understand the breakdown, but I understand what you're saying. You want them to be able to come in, feel safe, share everything, because they probably weren't able to do that, and that's the whole reason why they're getting a divorce or are divorced. And to begin with, they weren't able to share that with their partner.
Mm-hmm. And I want to say this too, because a lot of people, they get it confused.
Okay.
I'm not a therapist.
Right.
I can coach you through the process. I can coach you through your emotions of the divorce. I can coach you through what to expect. I can coach you through what to do when you're having parental conflict. But when it comes to I'm feeling depressed, or I just don't know what to do with my life and things like that, that's something a therapist would handle. And I would refer my clients to a therapist with that.
Gotcha.
So anything psychological, that would be a therapist, but like coaching you through the process. Because what I do is when I sign up my clients, I give them a to-do list. I give them a checklist too. And
Okay.
so with that list, I have things that you never ever think about. Like for instance, one of my clients, she totally forgot that her and her ex-husband had bought plots together.
Oh wow.
Right.
Yeah. How do you forget? Yeah, but okay.
So I mean, but you forget about things
Well, and I understand what you're saying in the midst of the
in
haste
the
or
in the
the
midst of everything.
arguing or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hmm.
And so they bought plots years ago.
Okay.
And so as on my list, she was like, "Oh my God, I would have never thought about this. We have plots together." So that's
Mm,
something that, she would go and talk to her attorney about. Hey,
gotcha.
me and
Mm,
my ex, we have plots. I want to buy them out, or whatever.
right.
So I have a list that basically tells you, okay, This is my checklist. Okay. Insurance, check. 401, check. If you have any accounts, check. So you can be prepared when you go speak with your attorney.
Right.
These are the things that I have. These are the things that he has. These are the things that we have together, because I want my clients to be prepared,
Prepared.
and I
And
want
you
them.
stay in your parameters. You don't want to step on any toes or give out any false information. So you say, hey, make sure you look, this is the checklist, this is what I can help you with, and we're gonna stay in those parameters.
Yes,
I
yes,
understand that. Listen.
yes. And my clients, they are very thankful when I help them through it, because a lot of times they don't really think about that. And lawyers too, they were like, oh, wow, you're prepared. Because I want my clients to know you have to be prepared, because lawyers cost a lot of money.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You can save thousands instead of calling your attorney every 5 minutes. Oh, what do I need? Here's your checklist. When you go meet with your attorney, okay, this is my checklist. Do you need anything else? 9 times out of 10, they'll say, oh, you got everything listed here. So just gather up this information that you have here.
I
So,
love that because, yeah, like you said, just having them prepared, just checking off the list ahead of time. I love
mhm.
that. Well, listen, we're at the point of the segment where this is Synoria's best kept secret. What are some best kept secrets, or just maybe some industry gems that maybe you're able to share, or maybe just some words of wisdom that you're able to share with the viewers?
My words of wisdom is, first, be prepared for life,
Mm,
so life doesn't prepare you for your downfall.
mm, mm.
Two, when someone show you who they are, believe them. That's Maya Angelou.
Yes.
Sometimes we don't believe it. Believe it. Okay. Thirdly, don't waste time procrastinating on life, because it will easily pass you by. And that's especially for our gifted people. When you have a gift that God has given you, hit the ground running and do what you are told to do.
Yes, I love that. And you're so right, because a lot of people, even people I've had on the podcast, on the show, they've said how they've wasted time waiting to do this, or just like how you said in the beginning, you said, you kind of hesitated to write your book because fear got in the way. They knew
Mm-hmm.
they had these gifts, or there were signs of these gifts, but they didn't, jump at the opportunity or just pursue it. Some people are afraid of failure. Some people are just
Right.
afraid of, not knowing what's going to be on the other end. But the thing I like to say is, you don't know. Like we hear all the time, you don't know until you try it.
That's
But it's
right.
in you for a reason, so you might as well put it out there.
Yes. Yes. And I'm saying that not only for everybody else, but for myself too, because
Right.
I realized that there are some things that I needed to do, with my businesses. But I've also, I'm kicking off it's a free webinar, and you can find it on Eventbrite, and I'll send you the information.
Okay.
But
You
it's
want to share
called,
that with the viewers as well, so that they're able to locate it?
sure, it's under Pouring Through Pages with Cherice on Eventbrite. And the event is going to be virtual. And this event is called Ignite Your Inner Fire, a motivational moment with love notes. And I'm going to talk about how motivation can get you to the point where you need to be.
Right.
And so that's going to be actually in July.
Okay. So you
And
have a
so,
full calendar coming up. You have your event June 17th, and
yeah,
then in July. So again, for the viewers, you said Ignite,
Ignite Your Inner Fire.
and that's on Eventbrite.
That's on Eventbrite.
Okay. Well,
And
was there anything else that you wanted to leave us with this evening?
I think I said enough.
Okay.
I think I said enough.
Okay. Well, I just just want to say again, I thank you so much, Cherice, for coming through and sharing your knowledge. I appreciate your time. And guys, I do want to thank you all for tuning in to Synoria's Best Kept Secret. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.